Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Cobra Park Farm. I've forgotten what you call it now. What a numpty. Ultimate Edition, there we go. I've done the map tour. I've done a few bits and bobs while I was doing the map tour, but I thought we'd start a series. I'm going to run it with soil mod as well, so I know it's a huge tractor to be spraying with, but it's all I've got at the moment up here. Everything else is busy, and I'm going to set it up on Courseplay. I've been asked about Courseplay, so because it's canola I need CC on here, which is a double dose. So I'm just going to drive in here and then I'm going to open it up so we can set up Courseplay. I know you can do it with GPS and all that. Like, I thought, seeing I'd been asked about Courseplay, I'll do it. So we'll open it up first. There we go. So first of all, if you open your hood and then you go down here where my cursor is at the bottom, you've got this one here. If you look at the bottom here, when I click over the top of it, this one's fertilising seeding. So we click on that and then we go up to the top and click on this, which is course generation, and then we want the field. Well, if you look, we're in field 9, so all I do is scroll my wheel on my mouse here till we get to field 9. Then working width, we know it's definitely not 3 meters, so you can either put it in manually if you know what the width is, or usually what I do is just press that calculator there, and there we go, 24.9 meters. Then if you look at the neck going down again, starting corner, if you look on there, I would say on your map, I would say northeast. That's what I would say. So just left click on your mouse till you get to northeast. There you go. And then which way do you want to run? Do you want to run north to south, or do you want to run east to west? So looking at that, I think it depends on the field, to be honest. This probably isn't the best field to do it on, actually, looking at that, because it's as long as it is wide. So what we'll do is we'll put it on east to west. So starting direction, so we're going north to east, so we want to go either south or west. Well, we want to go west. Return to first point, I always leave that deactivated. Then when I'm fertilizer spreading, going down again to headlands, I just usually click that onto one headland. Here, if you're doing a course, if you click on that, it means it'll go up and down first, and then it'll do the headland last, depending on where the hour is. You see there, the headland first, then that, or you can do this first and then the headland. You can also, if you click on the headland itself, you can change which way around, clockwise or anti-clockwise. I'm just going to leave it as clockwise. If you want more headlands, you just go up and down here, maximum of 6. But with fertilizer spraying, I'm going to put 2 on, actually, because sometimes when it's turning it can catch the boom. So now you've got all that set, all you need to do is back up here, and then if you look down here, when you click on there, it's generate field course. So there we go, and there you go, there's your start point. If you struggle with your start point, or you don't know where it is, you can't see it, if you click on, go back to the first page here, see we're on that page, if you go back to the first page, click on there, and then if you click on the magnifying glass, it tells you roughly which area to head in for your start point. That's what that's for. So I want to start, you can either start at the nearest point, but seeing as it's the start of the field, say we were to run out and then you want to start the course, then I'd put it on nearest, but seeing as we're starting at the start, I'm going to put it on start on first waypoint. So you can either press that, which is drive course, which will fold it up, and it'll set off on its own. But what I usually do I'm just showing you it'll set off on its own. But what I usually do is get it lined up first. And it always goes from the arrow. Always goes from the arrow up the line. So it's always going to start at this end here. Or if the arrow's that end, it will start that end coming this way. Hopefully that makes sense. So we'll just do that. I've put dodgy tram lines in there. That's the only thing with courseplay, it won't use tram lines. It won't do tram lines. And that's basically it for fertilising. That works with anything as long as you calculate the width, the working width. Although sometimes you will find it gets tangled up, like this is going to. Like that. So all you do then was stop driver, knock the fertilizer off. Then I suppose it's a good way to do this. If you go up onto the cog here, which is settings, if you look down here, you go across them, it tells you at the bottom there what they all are. So you want to go to settings, and then if you show waypoints, at the moment it's just showing start and end, which is the start is here, this one, and the end will be way down over there. So if you click on it, you can, that's without crossing points, or if you click on it again, it shows all the waypoints, where it shows the course basically. Or if you click on it again, it'll show none, it doesn't even show the start ones. So if it ever gets stuck, just go on to show all, put it somewhere near where you want to be. Then back to the first page that we had, this one here, course play control, onto here, but we don't want to be starting at the first waypoint now because we're further up the field. So just keep left clicking on the mouse on there to nearest waypoint and drive course again. You wouldn't have this problem if you had like the fert spreader on. It's just because this has the long boom on it, that's why. It kind of get tangles up, and that's basically it. And then all you do, if you click on this button here where my cursor is, you can then save the course. So I'll save that as field 9 spraying 24.9 meters, and then just back up onto there again, and that's it saved. Then say you were to come again, you open your HUD, and then if you just click on this here, which is manage courses, and then all your courses are in here. I've got some more in here actually, but there you go. F9 Spain, look at that, I can't even spell, oh my god. Delete that, so we'll delete that. So you've got here, this one loads the course, this one adds them to files. I'm not 100% sure how you do them ones. I know you can make files just for like field 9, every job for field 9 you put that in, and then your dustbin does what it says on the tin, it deletes the course. So if we go back, I'm probably making this sound way too more complicated than it needs to be. I'm just going to save it again. So field 9, hopefully get the spelling right this time. Spray in 24.9 meters, and then just save that course, and then you go in there, field 9 spraying 24.9 meters. There you go. Like I say, I have done some more other ones here, so hopefully we can leave him. If he has any problems, it'll flash up here saying he's stuck or he's skidding or anything like that. So that's spraying. If we flick across to the JD, we've got him here that I can't see. There we go. And it's basically the same for seeding as well. Completely the same courses, and then once I've got one or two of these fields, I'm going to fast forward time The only thing is with soil mud, it takes quite a while, doesn't it, to ripen. And then I was just going to show you, show them how to do like a tipping course from a so it would tip the combine. I am really talking gibberish, aren't I? Was do a course for the tractor and trailer to unload the combine and take to the silo. That's what I meant to say. So we'll just stick him in here. The only thing with seeding or anything that pulls behind, you will find, or should I say that I find, I don't know why I've got all the diff locks and everything on there. Right, so same again, open your hood, then we don't want that, we want this one again, which is fertilise and seeding down here. Fertilise, see, that one's field work, that's the one you would use. It's exactly the same way of doing it. That's one you would use for cultivating, ploughing, rowing up. Not mowing you do, but mowing's different. I'll have to show you how to do that because the grass fields don't register. Also, actually, if you go onto here and your field doesn't come up, your field number, this is usually if you don't own a field. There you go, see that it needs to be refilled. If your field doesn't actually come up on here when you're flicking through them, if you go to the first page here, and then you can go calculate current field's edge. So if you just click that once, it comes up with the edge there. And then all you would do is go plus here, whichever field it is, say that, and then click on there. But that wouldn't come up overright because it would just come up save field 6 edge because this one is. But I'm not going to do that because this one's okay. So like I say, it's trial and errors, but the best way of doing it. So here we are, we're back in, I don't know what field we are, field 16. So if we just scroll with the mouse wheel, field 16, then I'm sure it's 6 meters, this one. Well, I know it's 6 meters, but what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to show you again. So you can put it in manually, or you can click on the calculator. There you go, 6 meters. But what I do with seeders, cultivators, anything, I knock it down by ½ meter. You don't have to, it just saves as much tidying up at the end. I'll show you. Well, I'll leave it on 6 meters and I'll show you. Then we want to be northeast again, but this time basically it's south we want to be going. So south, I'm going to give him 4 headlands. Now we'll do the headlands first, clockwise again. So all we do is generate course, and there we go. I'm not quite sure where the start is, so we'll click there and it's over there somewhere, going by the arrow. So if we go down that way, so you can turn all over and it'll show you basically where it is. So it's over there somewhere. Dun, 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 dun. So all we're looking for is the big blue. Look, it's going to show me I'm wrong now, isn't it? This arrow's not going to work. Oh, the story of my life that would be. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there we go. There, you see it? There we go. So all I do, I don't want all these on. I'm quite happy with the start and the finish, but I don't want all these on. So back into settings, and then show waypoints. We'll just click them. You can do it with none, but we'll just go with start and end. So there we go. So then back to the course play control here. No, there's something I should have shown you. We're setting off at the start, so just click on course start at first waypoint. If you've got drive control on, if you go to the tractor here on the top, you've got always use 4-wheel drive deactivated. Now if you have got drive control on, it might be a good idea just to click that so it's activated, so 4-wheel drive is on all the time. It will, if it gets stuck, it will start flicking them on, like the 4-wheel drive and the 2 diff locks. It will flick them on if it starts struggling and sticking, but sometimes it will get stuck. So anyways, so we've got the 4-wheel drive activated. Back to the first page. We've got course, first waypoint, so we can set him off. You can save it and then set him off, but I usually set him off. He always folds up, so he's in the like travelling position before he moves, and we're just going to save that course as field 16 seeding. Sometimes I put seeding, sometimes I'd put FW for field work, and then I'd put how wide it was, so we've done that at 6 meters. So then we save that course and away we go. Now you can also, if you look, the ridge markers come out. You can get a mod so it never comes out, but it's just as easy just to, on your first page here, click on ridge markers so it's manual, and then press Z and get rid of that, and there you go, that's him away now. Now he'll keep going until he either crashes, which Courseplay does quite regular. I must admit, I'm becoming a big fan of Auto Tractor 2.5, I think version 2.5. I'm becoming a big fan of that, I really am. As long as you get a couple of headlands done, I usually have no trouble with that at all. So anyways, we'll click back, we'll leave him to it. Now we're definitely going to need a bigger sprayer for this field, this game, but as you can see, you can kind of work out where we are. So if you go onto the first page, stop driver, there is another way of doing it, but I'm just trying to do it the simple way really. You can set up a course so it'll go and refill, so you never need to go back to him, but I'm just going to do it the simple way. Try and get off the field as soon as possible, because we've got damage control on, and then we'll just go and fill up again. But definitely going to purchase a bigger sprayer, definitely. They are big, quite big fields on this map. And I'll constantly be doing this. All you've got to do if you've got soil mod on is just double check you've always got the same after you've refilled. It should stop the same, but just double check you've got the same. If you want a tutorial on the soil mod, the best one I've watched, I think, is Ian Robson. He does one. I quite liked his tutorial on that. Wasn't too complicated, even I could understand. So you can see roughly where we were, making a mess. Making a right pig's ear at the top of the field here. So put your hood back on. Yeah, we haven't deleted the course or anything, so it's still there, F9 spraying. All we did was stop it. So nearest waypoint again, because we're not starting to start again, and then just drive course. Then it should open up again and follow it around. In theory. He says, fingers crossed. Like I say, I didn't want to do one. I'm not going to do too long a course on this one. And the thing with soil mod is you will need to spray quite a lot with fertilizer and everything. I think the ideal is 6.8, 57, and I think it's 5 and 4, or is it 5 and 3? I'm not 100% sure. I have got pictures on my phone that I took off the screen that I go back to when I'm doing soil mod. But yeah, that's basically it. So that's herbicide. That should keep us sweet for a bit on that field, anyways, because it alters your yield if everything goes down. And I know when you're spraying, I think it puts your moisture up by 15%, sorry. But as it grows, and if it's a sunny day, then it drops down. At some point the NPK and that will drop as well, so I will have to spray it again with NPK, but I am going to get a bigger sprayer. I am going to get. I can't afford one of the. Can't afford one of these just yet. So it'll be this one, but it's a lot bigger tank on that one. It's actually got a bigger tank on that one than these. So it will be that one, although that's 40 meters. So it's not a problem. We'd just delete that course and it'll put a different course in. So in theory, might be one of the better things to do now. Actually, while I've got some money, and make short work of all these. As you can see, the JD7530 is slipping. So if we flick across to him, he's slipping on the gate. Of course, I didn't shut it, did I? What a numpskull. There we go, and he's away again. It's same with seeds. You can set up a course. I won't. I may show you at some point. You can set up a course, so once he runs out, he then goes and fills it up himself. You can do that with slurry tankers. You can do it with manure spreaders, where you've got to set, but then you've also got to set up a loader. That's a bit more complicated. But it's quite surprising what you can do with the with course play. But anyways, we're going to call that a day there. That was just basically, if you have any questions or anything, don't hesitate to ask. I'll try and answer them. I'm probably not the best at explaining things, but hopefully I've gone through it slowly enough so you can kind of follow it. But for the time being, we'll say bye for now.